There is a subtle, persistent weariness you carry, a silent recognition that despite all your striving, you are always just a step behind. It is the feeling of running a race on someone else's track, a marathon towards an unknown finish line. This pervasive, unnamable fatigue is not a deficit in your will, nor is it a flaw in your spirit. It is the insidious hum of an underlying architecture, an energetic operating system you did not install, but which nonetheless dictates the limits of your flow. You intuit that something is profoundly misaligned, that the effort you pour into your days should yield a different harvest. This exhaustion you feel, it is merely the symptom of a deeper systemic truth. Your current reality is being broadcast from an energetic blueprint you never chose to author, and it is draining you at the source. This is not about your personal failings, for there are none at this level of conversation. This is about the very architecture of your energetic exchange, a system running without a ledger, without conscious oversight. Most minds attempt to manifest their desired reality on vibes, on a generalized sense of intention or effort, rather than on the deliberate design of their energetic inputs and outputs. You feel the constant pull, the demand for more, but you are not tracking where the current is truly flowing, where it is pooling, or where it is being siphoned away. This intuitive approach, while seemingly organic, is precisely what leaves the door open for unseen energetic debits to accumulate year after year until the balance is irrevocably in the red. The profound head fake, the great misdirection, comes in the form of conventional wisdom. We are told that more discipline, better time management, or simply more effort will bridge this persistent gap between where we are and where we intend to be. This is a cruel illusion, a distraction from the fundamental architectural flaw at play. To pour more effort into an energetically compromised system is akin to attempting to fill a sieve with water. The leak is not addressed by the volume of input. These common assumptions, these well-meaning hacks, merely treat the symptoms, diverting your attention from the root cause that actively siphons your life force, keeping you in a state of perpetual energetic deficit, forever chasing a horizon that recedes with every step. For the truth, revealed by an honest and unflinching audit, is this: 80% of your energetic drain comes from 20% of your commitments. And here is the profound pivot. Almost none of these high-drain commitments were consciously chosen. They are the inherited obligations, the unspoken contracts, the default pathways laid down by culture, family, or societal expectation. These are the spectral architects of your daily reality, silently dictating where your most precious resource, your sovereign energetic bandwidth, is distributed. Consider the subtle pressures you accept, the roles you inhabit, the narratives you echo, not because they resonate with your truest self, but because they have always simply been there. These unchosen energetic inputs and outputs, these invisible commitments, are not benign. They are active broadcasters, perpetually emitting a default frequency into your field, a signal that locks you into a timeline of energetic debt. You are not actively designing your broadcast. You are passively receiving the echoes of a system you inherited. It is the frequency of perpetual catch-up, of subtle resistance, of the self-canceling loop that ensures your desired manifestations remain just beyond your grasp. This isn't about the content of your intentions. It's about the carrier wave, the underlying frequency generated by unexamined energetic architecture. And in this accelerating now, where reality itself is updating at an exponential rate, to continue operating on this inherited, draining architecture is to render your internal operating system increasingly obsolete. The sovereign upgrade, therefore, demands a radical, intentional reselection. It is not about managing your energy as if it were a finite resource to be rationed, but about engaging in an act of profound energetic sovereignty. This is the conscious decision to cease broadcasting on the inherited frequency and to begin transmitting on your own, self-authored channel. It means dismantling the illusion that you are bound by these unchosen commitments and instead actively designing the energetic architecture of your life. The question is not how to hinder the drain, but how to re-architect the very conduits through which energy flows, to align every input and output with the highest truth of your sovereign self, collapsing the timeline of depletion and accelerating into a reality of deliberate, chosen flow. This is the moment to choose whether you will continue to be a receiver of default frequencies or become a conscious transmitter of your own. The choice now must be made. This re-architecture is not a vague aspiration. It is the sovereign energy cadence. It is the conscious identification, the meticulous discernment, and the deliberate re-engineering of wholly energetic inputs and outputs within your sphere. This isn't merely about cutting ties with what feels bad. It's about understanding the energetic signature of every commitment, every relationship, every thought pattern, and every environment you inhabit. It is the recognition that every single element in your life is either amplifying your sovereign frequency or subtly distorting it, creating static in your broadcast. The shift is from merely reacting to what I comes to you to actively selecting what I flows through you. This is the difference between being a passive recipient of energetic currents and becoming the master architect of your own energetic field. When you consciously choose this sovereign cadence, the timeline of inherited depletion begins to collapse. The old patterns, the pervasive weariness, the sense of always being behind, these are no longer the immutable laws of your existence. They become artifacts of a past frequency, a broadcast you have chosen to cease. This architectural lens allows you to see, with profound clarity, where your energy is truly invested, and more importantly, where it should be invested to align with the self-authored reality demanded by this evolutionary moment. You begin to understand that your internal operating system is not a fixed entity, but a dynamic, reconfigurable architecture awaiting your sovereign command. The transformation is not in forcing new behaviors, but in recognizing and activating the inherent truth of your energetic design. The path forward is not found in seeking more external remedies for an internal architectural challenge. It is found in recognizing that you are the system architect, capable of rewriting the code of your own energetic exchange. This is not a suggestion. It is an edict. This is not about trying to feel better. It is about reconstructing your energetic reality at its foundational layers. To truly embody your sovereign power, you must first claim absolute authority over the currents that flow through you. For in doing so, you re-architect not just your energy, but the very fabric of the reality you inhabit. The next step, then, is to begin the meticulous, sovereign audit. The next step is to choose. This is not about trying to manage a failing system. It is about dissolving that system entirely. For the architecture you have inherited, the default pathways of energetic exchange are now actively rendering your internal operating system obsolete in this accelerating now. The reality around you, always in a state of exquisite update, demands a coherence that can no longer tolerate the dissonant broadcast of unexamined commitments. This is not a judgment on your past, but a recognition of an immediate unfolding present. The old code, the one that runs on passive reception and unconscious agreement, can no longer sustain the frequency of the self-authored world you are now called to inhabit. It is a misalignment that pulls at your very being, creating the subtle weariness you have carried, and it is time to rewrite the source code. To persist in this inherited architecture is to find yourself increasingly out of sync with the vibrational current of this active evolutionary moment. You feel the drag, the friction, the sense that despite all your conscious intention, the desired reality remains elusive, just beyond reach. This is precisely the consequence of broadcasting a default frequency of energetic debt, a signal that speaks not of sovereign creation, but of passive reception, of being acted upon rather than acting as the primary agent. The world mirrors back this internal broadcast, reflecting a timeline of perpetual energetic depletion, preventing the coherent manifestation of the reality you know, at a soul level, is truly yours to command. It is not an external blockade. It is an internal broadcast, misaligned. The sovereign upgrade, therefore, is not a matter of optimization, but of radical re-architecting. It demands the conscious installation of the sovereign energy cadence. This is the deliberate identification and reselection of every single energetic input and output in your field. It begins with the unflinching gaze into what is truly feeding you and what is truly siphoning from you, beyond the superficial layers of to-do lists and time blocks. We are speaking of the subtle currents, the unspoken agreements, the inherited narratives that have dictated your energetic bandwidth for too long. This cadence is the intentional design of a new energetic metabolism, one built not on reaction, but on absolute, unwavering, self-authored truth. This reselection is not a series of actions. It is a declaration of sovereign identity. It is the conscious severing of ties to energetic pathways that no longer serve the frequency of your highest potential. Every agreement you hold, every commitment you observe, every relationship you sustain, every piece of information you consume, each is an energetic input or output. You are called now to audit these without sentimentality, but with the cold, clear eye of the system architect. To name those 20% of commitments that consume 80% of your vital force, and then, with absolute authority, to dismantle them, to transmute them, or to consciously re-engineer your engagement with them. This is the active reclamation of your own energetic field. When you perform this radical, intentional reselection, you do not merely change your schedule. You collapse an entire timeline of inherited depletion. The old energetic contract, based on unconscious submission, dissolves. In its place, a new vibrational signature emerges from within you, a resonant frequency that aligns perfectly with the reality you are actively intending to manifest. This is not about manifesting more. It is about ceasing the unconscious broadcast of manifesting less. The energetic debt cycle ceases its spin, and the vital force that was once siphoned away is now available for the deliberate creation of your sovereign world. You stop reacting to the world and begin to select the world that reacts to you. This is the architect's ultimate freedom, to understand that the perceived constraints of your reality are merely reflections of the energetic architecture you have tacitly agreed to run. By installing the sovereign energy cadence, you step fully into your role as the system architect, not of some distant abstract future, but of this very breath, this very moment. The persistent weariness, the sense of being held back, these are not personal flaws, but simply echoes of a past architecture. With this new lens, this absolute decision rule, you transcend the illusion of external limitation. You feel the current shift, the internal calibration as your broadcast aligns with the truth of your inherent sovereignty, and the world bends to meet your chosen frequency, not the frequency it assigned to you. You are not a passenger in this unfolding reality. You are its primary designer. The exhaustion you once accepted as fate was merely an indicator of an outdated energetic operating system, one ripe for a sovereign upgrade. The key was never about doing more, but about using with absolute precision, and then aligning your entire being to that choice. Now, holding this lens, this framework for radical reselection, you possess the true architecture for a life of deliberate flow, a reality where your energy is not drained, but amplifies your deepest intentions. The time for passive reception is over. The moment for sovereign synthesis is now. Welcome home to your own design.